Good evening and welcome to the Friday night edition of Sports Tonight. It gives me a lot of pleasure to welcome you to the show. There's a lot lined up for your viewing pleasure. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, of course, it's Friday and it leads us into the weekend. We'll be talking about football on the domestic scene, but we'll travel abroad, give you a slice of chess. As you know, it's Friday. We take a look at bar sports on Friday. Today will be no different. We'll be taking a look at board games. Chess will get our attention on the show tonight. Of course, we will talk about the Super Eagles on the show as well. And of course, we'll continue with our countdown to the Copa America Centenary. We'll be talking about the Copa America. A lot is going to go down in a few hours. The opening match will be played. So we'll be talking about all of that for you on the show tonight. Well, of course, before I introduce my partner that starts off the show, let me tell you that you can be involved in everything that we're doing on this show tonight. This show is all about you. You need to get involved in everything that we're doing. And this is how you can do it. You can get across to us with your views, your comments on the show. Go to Facebook, it is Channels-Sports, and on Twitter, it is @Channels_Sports. It is a verified handle, so you can speak up and be heard. It gets better. You can also view all our top stories on www.channelstv.com. You can also view us live on youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also go to m.channelstv.com for your mobile devices. Follow the prompt. If what you have is your iPad, your iPhone, and your BlackBerry, just follow the prompt and you'll be viewing us live. You can also download the Channels TV app for your Android, iOS, and Windows from their respective stores. Okay, let me quickly introduce my partner to you. Alfred Okolege joins us again this lovely Friday. Alfred, it's good to have you with us on the show.
As always, Yemi, it's my pleasure to be here. Enjoy each time I come here.
Okay, let's stay within our borders right here in Nigeria. Let's start off with what's going to go down. Easily the biggest thing happening in Nigeria, the NPFL action resumes. I'm very sure you're excited as we all are. Let's take a look at the fixtures. I'll allow Alfred take us through what could likely happen. We have 9 matches.
9 matches, and this is week 20.
Yes.
Week 20 is exactly the reverse fixture of what we had in week 19. So these are guys who a couple of days ago played each other. So for the coaches, I think it's time for them to really, they would have played. It's like the
if
first
you didn't
leg.
throw away your notes,
yes,
you just go and bring it back.
Adjust
do some adjustments.
And of course, plot your graph the way you want to plot it and see if you can reverse whatever you had in the first leg. Okay, Kano Pillars will host Plateau United. You recall that Kano Pillars lost this game in Jos. So for them, revenge will be ringing on their mind playing in Kano. But in Kano, they've lost a couple of points. The biggest of them was losing to Enyimba. I think that will be ringing in their heads. I beg your pardon. Heartland of Owerri versus Rangers. This is one game that fans of both cities, we saw the stadium in Enugu, Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, first leg, sold out crowd, filled stadium.
A good advertisement for Nigerian football.
One key man in that game that made all of the difference was goalkeeper Ebere Obi. Now Ebere Obi going to be playing this game. The news is that he's moving to Ifeanyi Ubah, so the man that saved the penalty will not be there. Rangers in itself struggling with players coming back from malaria like Chisobe Ebuchilam. He didn't travel with them to Maiduguri when they played El Kanemi Warriors. And so Rangers will be looking forward to playing this game. We understand that the game is going to be on pay TV. So an opportunity for fans to see that. We have other games also.
El Kanemi Warriors taking on Warri Wolves.
El Kanemi Warriors, I am saying that for the second part of this season, for the games that are going to be played in Maiduguri, it's likely El Kanemi is going to win those games because what did I know about that fixture is, what do you tell guys, players, the week before that fixture, the players will start complaining. Coach, I don't know what's wrong with this match. They don't want to go to Maiduguri. Well, it's just an aside, but it's one advantage that they have. I know that for Lobby Stars, They will play Rivers United. Rivers United lost the game in Makodi.
An interesting fixture. We'll talk about 3S shortly, but an interesting fixture will be Ikorodu United taking on
Wiki Tourists.
Yes.
3-0, the first leg ended.
So?
Now, coming back to Nikon Stadium, I think...
Can they turn things around?
I think they discovered their mojo at that ground.
Okay.
Sam Okudu talked about bringing in players in all departments of the game, all departments of the team. It will be interesting to see the players that they put up on Sunday, and when that game is played. Onikon Stadium, at least they've not lost for some time now, and so they'll be looking to build on that. Sunshine Stars against Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors will be thinking this Sunshine Stars team came to Umahia and beat us. Let's go daily along that making the difference in that.
So we can go there.
So we can go to Akure
and do the damage
and see if we can get the results in that game. Some of the key games. We talked about the Rivers United game 2 against Lobby Stars.
Nasarawa United will take on Enyimba as well.
That
Tornadoes and Ifeanyi.
Yes, for Enyimba, their last away game. He held Wiki Tourists late in that game, eventually lost by 3-1. It will be interesting to see what they do against Nasarawa United. And Nasarawa United didn't start the season very well. I think the distraction of playing on the continent just kind of they took their eyes off. They've since turned that around, and so it will be interesting to see how Enyimba, what kind of. But if there's any team that you want to place your bet on getting results on the road, that team is Enyimba International. They travel well. The team is big. The team is deep, and they made some exciting sign. The man on screen there, thank God, it's no.
Do you feel their squad is large enough to prosecute all the tournaments?
That squad is large and deep. A player like Abu Aziz, we know what he did with Warri Wolves.
Yeah.
He didn't travel with them their last away trip to Bauchi against Wiki Tourists, and it tells a team that can afford the luxury of resting some players for other big games. It's a large squad. And they are the People's Elephant, champions of the Nigerian Premier League. One thing they have going for them is that they have the structure, they have the personnel. At every point in time, everybody knows what is expected of him in Enyimba. And each time a coach leaves and another one comes, there is that consistency that they have.
Because there's a structure.
Because there's a structure to really support the team.
All right, let's talk about the two teams that will not be involved. MFM and Giwa, and we know why both teams will not be involved in action this weekend. We'll get to talk about Giwa later, but let's talk about MFM for a while. How do they consolidate? What do you think they should do? How would they consolidate on what they've done in the first stanza? Is it to recruit more players? Is it to take care of welfare like they've been doing?
It will be nice to see if MFM tries to keep their key players. I recall
that's a big challenge.
That's a big challenge, because one of the Onowa, Onowa, it was in the papers that Rangers are talking to him, and he might likely go. The bait is that he's going to be given. His salary is going to be doubled now for any Nigerian player.
That's going to turn your head.
If you don't jump on that, I'm sure that your family members will call you and ask you, my friend, what are you still doing?
Are you all right? Okay, let's talk about Giwa. The key actors in the news, they are appealing for peace, because some of these guys will probably not get a chance to do what they know how to do. Will not get a chance to use their skills to feed their family and all that. So the players are appealing for peace, and it's understandable. Nobody knows what will come out of the appeal, but it's looking like everything will go in one direction. But you never know what could happen. But I mean, you could feel the pain of the players.
They say in Africa that when two elephants fight, it's the grass that will suffer. The direct consequence of all of the issues that have involved Giwa as a club and as an individual is the players. But these guys, and already we're beginning to see the structure being broken. The coach has left. That I'm talking about Giwa, but resigned his appointment. Now he's come back to Ibadan. Who next? Because he can easily just move down. The players have been recruited elsewhere. What do they do? where
do they go from here?
Go from here. What is the soft landing for them? Where, you know, in all of this, I think if we consider the players and what all of this will do to a large number of people who depend on these players for their livelihood, maybe we'll
listen
begin
to the players.
Yes, maybe we'll begin to seek for other solutions. So not a zero-sum situation where it's winner takes all, throw away the baby with the bathwater. All right. That's my appeal anyway.
Okay. All right, let's listen to the key actors make their appeal, talk about what is going on, how it's affecting the livelihood of the players and the club itself.
What is happening now is really affecting us, to be frank. But like I've told you, this is our career, which we just have to respect and do what is right and what is necessary for us to do. We players will be trying to encourage ourselves and hike ourselves just to do the right thing. We've been training. There's no doubt about it. We've been training because we just have to do it, because we can be called upon anytime. And with the encouragement we've been receiving and hearing from the proprietor of the club, is still giving us assurance that our own is just to be training, and he's promising us that he'll keep fighting till he gets to the end of everything.
The relationship between Giwa FC and the LMC is cordial. The LMC have not done anything wrong in all the sanctions they have handed out to Giwa FC. They are all according to the book. And all we are asking is, okay, give us a chance to appeal and let us state our case. Because remember, if we appeal, when we appeal, and as we already appeal, when we stand before the committee will not be set up by the LMC. So it's a different body altogether. It's the NFF that we appeal to, and so it's two different relationships. Relationship between Giwa and LMC is cordial, it's fantastic, it's nice. A relationship between Giwa and NFF is where the problem now comes in, because of the issue of the discrepancies between which LMC do we appeal to, which NFF do we appeal to, and the rest of them. But that one, even that one, is being resolved at the highest level.
Okay, I guess we just leave it at that. But the players pleading that there should be a way, like Alfred said, there should be a way to sort out all these things. You listen to Giwa FC goalkeeper Olorunleke Ojo and the media officer right there speaking their mind, David King. Alfred, I think there's really not much to add. In the days to come, we'll see all of this. Like the media officer said, a lot is being done at the highest level to sort out this matter. So I guess we'll just leave it at that. Let's step down and talk about the Nigerian National League fixtures for week 2. I know you're going to take us through that as well. Division A1, A2, B1, and B2. Interesting matches to be played in all of that is week 2. We're going to see the fixtures very soon. All right, that's it on your screen. Katsina United. Maybe I should just allow you to take us through.
All right, Katsina United will take on Sokoto United. It's Giwa, like you said, A1, A1, B1. Just for convenience of movement, I think that's why it was done that way, and to bring. Instead of a abridged version, Jigawa Golden Stars will take on Yamalite, Shakara Babes against Kaduna United, Mighty Jets of Jos against Kogi United, and Adama United will play FC Zamfara.
Okay.
That's the game for that group. Gombe United Wiki feeders. Now this game is a derby of some sort. Each time Gombe plays Wiki, it's serious. I served in Bochi, so I know what it is. This is a derby, and it's going to be a crack. Aqua Starlets will take on Remo Stars. Abia Comets against Go Round of Omoko. Unisem Rovers against COD. COD started on a good note last time out, and they won. I know that for Delta, they're also on duty. Talking about the NNL. Many consider this the NNL where the real football is being played because it's tough down there. I can tell you that it's tough down there. Perhaps not much of attention given to the NNL, but that is where
the action really is.
Action really is, because it's really traveling, and these teams are all the difference between most of these teams, because most of them are feeders to the teams in the Premier League. So getting players to play there and get the result.
It's a tough job.
It's a tough job.
Okay, Alfred, before I let you go, what are you looking forward in less than 30 seconds? What are you looking forward to this weekend? Probably an LPFL match or NNL match.
The rental derby.
Okay.
Rangers versus Heartland.
Okay, I want to thank you for your time, Alfred. That's Alfred Okoligbe, man. It's been able to help us navigate the waters, talking about football, club football on the domestic scene. We'll go on a quick break now. When we return, we'll cross borders, travel abroad, and talk about the most anticipated tournament this year, the Copa America.